All right. Good evening, everyone. Freebase here. We take a look at the live chat. Just go ahead and click on that live chat button. You'll see a link to our private chat room. And there, folks come in, ask questions, learn more about different charts that they're looking at, different companies that they're looking to invest into. And we go ahead and answer questions in regards to those names. And on YouTube here, what we're doing is going over our watch list and different tickers that we're looking at over the next couple days. And yeah, here we go. So first we'll start off with the SPY. This is the SPY. So more all-time highs for the market. We identified this breakout that was happening here. We're kind of basically yesterday after the FOMC meeting, you had a huge rip in the market, positive reaction back over to the 465 level, and that was an all-time high. So today we were anticipating a pullback, but we got continuation instead. So super positive day for the market, and now we're hitting more all-time highs. We broke the 467 level, and we're kind of squeezing up again this evening. So we're definitely looking for the market to continue to rally as we go into the kind of the peak retail season with Black Friday this month. Obviously Thanksgiving, biggest traveling weekend or time of the year. So yeah, so a lot of good things to come still. However, we are hitting those extremities, right? So we can, we are going to play things cautiously and not get too excited. But again, we'll play things both to the upside or downside and play it as they come. We're day traders primarily in terms of our community, and also we do have our long-term portfolio for clients and we do manage some capital, but kind of a day-to-day action here. We're active managers, so we monitor the markets and get in and out of trades as we see fit. So again, the SPY is hit these new all-time highs, and we're kind of looking for this to continue. We're hitting some extremities here again, but there is room to the upside now that we are trying to break out of this previous downtrend and into this channel that we had charted. So the true extremity of this channel actually is in like the 480s. So actually we heard about the it's kind of a joke that the S&P 500 was called that, so why not $500 on the spot? Well, with this run that we're in, that's definitely not impossible. But again, take it day by day and play the market as it comes. So again, 467, and it's kind of squeezing up here. So it's setting up for potential continuation, but we'll play closely. So that's the spot. So now let's get into some of the tickers that we were looking at, some that we talked about yesterday. We'll start off with Qualcomm. That's QCOM, QCOM. So there was earnings last night. We were looking for a squeeze. It happened. Nice run until 159.58 highs. Some profit taking that happened, and it bounced perfectly off of this pre-charted level here at the 154 level, and squeezed back up to almost the intraday highs. And we're kind of looking for this to remain strong as long as the market stays strong, and another squeeze potentially up and over the 160 level. So we'll be watching over 160 on Qualcomm tomorrow. Next, we'll move over to a commodity that we had on our watch list today, which was corn. And corn is breaking out of this flag here on the daily chart. So let's pull that up. So you got a wedge here. Some would call it a flag, but it broke out, and it's kind of starting to pull back from the $22 level, and as it rejected it, as it has done before. But it did break out, and is essentially retesting one of the moving averages here, and we can anticipate a bounce off of $20.75. So we still have that on watch, and we're looking for a bounce and continuation. One of the aspects is that we're into the winter months where crops become a little bit limited, and that can increase the price. And so, we're definitely looking for some continuation here, particularly with the both the economics as well as the chart formation. Next, we'll pull up penny stock that got some attention today. ADTX. We noticed this morning. It was right around it was still under the $2 level. We saw that it had a nice move out of the open. Got above VWAP and kind of just hovered and swiveled around VWAP all day, and then finally into the power hour, literally right at 3 o'clock. This thing exploded to the upside, and really broke out. So for tomorrow, we're looking for the regaining of this new VWAP essentially, and the test of 250, and the move, kind of a continuation setup to the upside. You have earnings coming up next week, so we're looking for a multi-day move out of this ADTX. There's a COVID catalyst, as well as an offering that they had about a month ago that closed, and so now that offering is complete, you have some more speculative buying, and potential to move to the upside. So that's ADTX. So it had a really big day today. Over almost 40% move on ADTX. It was pretty impressive. Next, we'll have a look at NET. Net has ripped Cloudflare, is the name, so they're cloud computing company, and essentially on the daily chart, the run up kind of happened here. So it's been on a tear. It's basically almost doubled over the past month and a half, and it's now at that $200 level, which we've been eyeing. It set up a nice flag here for a couple days, and finally broke out. That breakout was because of earnings that was upcoming, and now that it's over the $200 level, we had positive earnings come out, at least positive reaction, and it squeezed up to 220, or popped to 220 after hours, and so we're looking for some continuation out of this tomorrow. It's already run up into earnings, so we don't expect it to be going to kind of much higher, but in terms of the move here, right? Again, it's doubled, and percentage wise from this previous trough, you have about 80 or some odd percent. Now it's over 100% with this pop. So we'll look for it to fill this wick to the upside, and naturally 225 would probably be the next level that you look for on NET. So we're watching that pretty closely. Let's jump over to one we've had a lot of questions on this evening in particular. Peloton. Peloton took a huge dive today. The earnings wasn't as expected. COVID kind of is worse than expected, and COVID is kind of a deterrent for them, right? Because they were more of a stay-at-home play, but now people are going back to work. You have vaccine that's been, between all the companies, has been pretty well promoted, and there's a lot of people that are taking it are starting to go back to work, and gyms are opening and things like that. So Peloton took a bit of a hit. One thing that people don't might not know is that there is some new competition for Peloton. So Facebook has a metaverse uh, kind of aspect, metaverse fitness, so virtual reality type fitness platform that they're going to be rolling out, so that can start to compete with things like Peloton, as well as you have uh, Apple Fitness and a couple others, Nike as well, that are kind of entering in uh, the fitness space. So things like even Lululemon, for example, they have their Mirror app, and they have some competition to the Peloton and the fitness space. So there's some resistance to Peloton, so the chart has been a little bit difficult, but mostly to the downside, and we kind of have a somewhat of a channel warming here, and we were looking for some downward pressure, but once it's fully charted here, you'll see that to the downside, it's definitely broken below that. So there's potential for bounce. This might be considered oversold, but we'll be watching Peloton pretty closely. 'Cause this is a massive gap down. I mean, it's at $60 where it closed at 86, right? So it's almost a $30 drop in Peloton. So we'll be looking for a bounce there or a continuation to the downside. So we'll see. But Peloton's definitely on watch, and we'll look to for some more volatility out of that as we move forward. Amazon is next. Amazon, we mentioned yesterday, we were looking for potential continuation on Amazon. Now the $3,500 level is in play. I thumped his head against that. Didn't quite make it there, right? So it's about a dollar and change off, right? Dollar 37 off of the $3,500 level. So we'll be looking for a continuation out of Amazon again with strength in the market. It's moving pretty strongly. There's a few traders in our community that did really well off of Amazon. So definitely make sure you click that link and hop in our chat room so that we can definitely help identify opportunities like this. Well, what you see here is on Amazon is a lot of resistance at 3,500. Um, However, there is another gap to fill at 3,584. But Amazon moves so quickly, you can essentially call it 3,600. So we'll wait and see what happens here. There may be some more consolidation similar to this area here, and we'll look for some more upside potentially in Amazon as we move forward. There are some things. There's news pending just in regards to potential splits and potential for some of the other areas in the Amazon business to kind of progress, and some of their other investments that they've been working on. So again, Amazon is definitely going to be on watch as we kind of trade this volatility. But it did pull back after earnings, and now it's starting to find some buyers and moving back up towards again this gap here towards 3,600. So 3,500 is the first level we need to get through, and then we'll kind of go from there. But Amazon is definitely on watch. All right, next we have Pinterest. Pinterest just had earnings. So there was last uh, couple weeks ago, there was a rumor that PayPal was looking to buy Pinterest. PayPal then denied those rumors and is not going to be buying Pinterest. So because of that, Pinterest just became super volatile, pulled back, and dropped to the lows of 43.50. So it's pulling back into earnings, and now earnings is here. They had a decent reaction to earnings as they beat on earnings, and because it's been so beat up, it almost had nowhere to go but up. But definitely a good reaction out of Pinterest on earnings, and essentially their earnings call, I'm sure, addressed the rumors around them being purchased, as well as what's kind of in fold for them. Next week they are going to be rolling out a live feature, so they're going to be taking kind of this QVC route to their business, which is super important for them, and it's a great strategy given that Pinterest is one of the number one discovery platforms out there. So if you think about lookbooks and different kind of event planning and other areas like that, Pinterest is a great place for people to discover new products and services. So that's in the works for Pinterest. So Pinterest is definitely going to be on watch, especially with this initial reaction. So naturally, the $48 level is going to be on watch, and we're also looking at the gap that it has at $51 that closes at 57. So it's looks pretty good for a move over the near future on Pinterest to get back up to around $55. So that's essentially what we're looking for. And another tidbit here is that the rumor was Pinterest was to be purchased for $70 per share, which is the second gap that we have here. So keep that in mind as we move forward on Pinterest. Next, we have BIGC, Big Commerce. This is a e-commerce company. They're primarily open source, so they work and kind of intertwined in different websites and WordPress sites, and they're also had to deal with Instagram, which originally was kind of open to open source principles, and but now it's owned by Facebook, or now Meta. But Big C had earnings today. Nice positive move. $55 has been an area of resistance for Big C, so that's going to be on watch tomorrow. And this thing can really move. Their IPO was about a year ago, so it definitely has a ways to go. Given that it was at a high of 162, it was a pretty crazy squeeze, but they've since diluted and things of that nature. So the price is reflective of what's going on. But we do like this reaction, and so what we're looking for on here is now that we've broken this downtrend, starting to break this downtrend, the true kind of reversal here would be over $56, which it's almost at. So that's the area that we'll be looking for to break tomorrow, and we'll play that as it comes. Next, we'll look at AMD. It's also something that has been on our watch list, and we've talked about several times, but we have new all-time highs on AMD. Nice breakout. The AMD is kind of running with NVIDIA, NVDA, and the NVDA had a massive day today, and so NVIDIA naturally was moving with it, and not necessarily a sympathy, but kind of. But there's also a technical breakout here of flag, kind of a downward flag breakout to now it's just continuing and almost going parabolic. But there hasn't been any pullback in AMD. Now we're at basically the 140 level. So again, with strength in the market, we'll be looking for a potential continuation on AMD. Next, we'll bring up Etsy. Etsy was a favorite with the stay-at-home play. It's a entrepreneurial e-commerce platform that allows for individual creators to sell things online. So there's a really, really strong reaction to earnings yesterday. So today was a super positive day. It was also a pick from Investor Business Daily. So we're going to be keeping an eye on Etsy as it broke these new all-time highs, and so now it's the strength in the move today. It's about $30 a day. The next level basically is $300. So we'll be watching that for continuation setups as we move forward here. And then lastly, we have OTRK. So on track. this is a telehealth company. They had earnings this evening. Nice positive reaction to earnings. The telehealth industry is super important. I mean, obviously, with healthcare, their specialty in that area is with they implement technology, AI, and so we'll be looking for some moves to more continuation to the upside. And the stock has been pretty beat up. So the first level is around $15. It's for this to break and get into this gap. So we're essentially looking for a portion of the gap to be filled, moving, in the near future. So $17 is there, but with any type of follow-up news or any continued momentum, we'll be watching out for this to potentially squeeze up to the $20 level. But the gap closure is the first thing, and as far as the extremity is $20, but we'll settle for around $17. So first things first is the break of 15. So we'll be playing this and looking forward for that. These candle over candles on at least on the daily levels, and some other horizontals to then break thereafter. So that is OTRK. All right, so that's a quick overview of some of the stocks that we are watching here at Freebase. Thanks for tuning in. Be sure to click the link in the live chat section. We'll also put a comment at the end as well as in the description. You'll have a link there. So definitely follow, like, subscribe on all platforms at Freebase. But jump in our chat room. Let us know how we can help. Again, we do a lot, but stocks is the best way we feel for people to learn about markets, learn how to invest, and so we're here to help. Thanks again for tuning in to Freebase. We'll see you soon. Have a great night.